That's prudent. That's mature. That's responsible. That's intelligent. Only a fool will believe in the post-dated check of materialistic civilization. Huh? You give up all your real wealth and work for us, and then in the future, when you retire, you'll be able to enjoy. Huh? Trust me. No, we don't trust them. We don't trust them. They're rascals. They kill cows. Anybody who kills cows can't be trusted. Period. End of story. Simple. Child can see it. But if you can't see it, then I'm afraid it might be too late. What can I say? We tried to warn you. We tried to convince you. We even gave you detailed plans, and nobody's doing anything about it. So what can we do? We can go to a place we know is going to be safe. At least it's our best guess. How many of you are going to go with us? Well, that's up to you. That's really all I have to say about it. Are there any questions?
Let's see. Hare Krishna. Okay. Question from Javier. Is there any sort of case or some way that we can store computers to protect them if this were to occur?
It's called a Faraday cage. Look it up on Google. F-A-R-A-D-A-Y. Cage.
Ronald saying, does the Vedic scripture describe these kinds of events in the past?
Oh yeah, this happens regularly. Regularly. It happens at the Sandhya, the borderline between every yuga, and also at the borderline or the Sandhya of the sub parts or the sub periods of the yuga, the chakras as they're called. Just like if you get your Vedic astrology chart, you have planetary periods. Like you have Jupiter period, followed by Saturn period, followed by Mercury period, followed by Rahu, followed by Venus, and so on. Or Ketu, sorry, not Rahu. They come in a certain order. Similarly, within the yuga system, you have sub-yugas. And the yugas, sub-yugas come in the same order as the yugas themselves. And just like the planetary periods, the sub-periods start with the same planet. So the first sub-period in the Mercury period is going to be the Mercury sub-period, and so on. Similarly, the first sub-period in the yugas is the same as the yuga itself. So the first sub-period in the Kali Yuga was the Kali Chakra. The Kali Chakra has lasted approximately 5,000 years. I think it's 5,238 years or something like that, the exact number. And that's the time since Lord Krishna left the planet. That's generally accepted as the beginning of Kali Yuga. So now we're entering the Satya Chakra of Kali Yuga. And just like the Satya Yuga, the Satya Chakra is 4 times as long or 8 times as long. I always get that math all mixed. 2, 4, 8. Or is it 2, 4, 6? Oh, I forget. Anyway, it's a lot longer. I have it, it's somewhere on the site or on one of our video presentations of the esoteric teaching seminar. I think it's 6, part 6 of the esoteric teaching seminar. Talks about the yuga system and like that. Anyway, 2, 3, no, it's 4 times. The Satya chakra is 4 times the length of the Kali chakra. So if this one was 5,000 years, then the Satya chakra is going to be approximately 20,000 years in length. So the Satya chakra of the Kali Yuga is good, comparatively good quality compared to the Kali chakra, which of course is very degrading. So the last 5,000 years we went through is basically the demons are in charge everywhere. All kinds of inauspicious things have happened. And the whole planet has become degraded very quickly. But the next 20,000 years represent a golden age of spirituality. And of course, we've been prepared for that by Srila Prabhupada spreading the doctrine and practices of Lord Chaitanya all over the world. So Srila Prabhupada represents like the pre-dawn glow in the sky. In the morning, early before the sun comes up, there's this beautiful golden glow. So Srila Prabhupada was that glow coming before the sunrise of the Satya Yuga, or the Satya Chakra of the Kali Yuga, which is considered the golden age of Lord Chaitanya. Okay, now that's coming. And by astrology, it's coming right on time. You see? So the Vedic astrology always predicts there's going to be a devastation called pralaya in the sandhyas of every yuga and every chakra. And also every Mahayuga. At the end of a Mahayuga, there's a tremendous devastation caused by Lord Kalki. And then the new Mahayuga begins with Satya Yuga and all like that. Very nice. So right now we're going through the transition between the Kali chakra of the Kali Yuga and the Satya chakra of the Kali Yuga, which is going to be much better, much nicer. But to get there from here, we're going to have to go through a period of devastation. That starts now. Well, actually started a couple of years back. The Iraq War and all that. I wrote an article about this. Current war means the end of era. I wrote about all this stuff. Nobody got it. I'm very disappointed. I mean, we have a few students here. They understand it pretty well. That's why they're here. But we have a lot of students out there and a lot of viewers and other people who just don't get it, even after all this time. They're not taking any action. If this path of the esoteric teaching is not something practical that you put into action in your life, then what's the use of it? Why don't you just take up knitting or something, you know? I mean, at least that would have some practical result. But to hear all these lectures and go through all these programs and stuff and then not do anything about it, that's just like you're wasting your time. Why do you even bother? Are you waiting for me to say something that will convince you? Or have you gone out and done your homework and seen whether what I'm saying is correct or not? If you had done your homework, you would have convinced yourself by now 10 times over. But because people are lazy and they don't go out and verify the facts, they're waiting for me to say something fabulous that just will convince them, you know? I'm sorry. I'm not a Hollywood star. I'm not a professional. You know? I'm not a politician. And I'm not going to manipulate you. I have no interest in that. I'm going to state the facts clearly and plainly. And then it's up to you, if you have doubts, to verify them. If you have misunderstanding, it's up to you to clear it up. It's not up to me. It's not my responsibility. It's your mind. If you don't get it, it's not my fault. I have done my best to state things very clearly and concisely and accurately. Before I was doing this for 20 years, I was a professional writer. You know, so I know how to state things, okay? even very complicated things. The area, what I was doing as a writer was I was writing technical manuals about software development, operating systems. It doesn't get any more technical than that. Okay? So I know how to state things clearly and precisely. I know that I know that. So I know that what I've been telling you is sufficient information for you to do something effective about the situation. But you haven't. You, as a group, as a community, have not done the needful, given the dire situation that the whole world is in right now. So what can I say? I've given you all the tools. I've given you all the knowledge. I've given you everything you need. You have to take the action. Is there another question?